Hi betting experts, on Saturday the 16th of September we've got 6 races on ITV on Saturday, the best of the action from the St Leger meeting at Doncaster and 2 from Chester. Really competitive racing, some high quality horses on show. Hopefully we found a winner or 3. We start off with our betting expert daily nap, sponsored by Bet365. This runs in the 150 at Doncaster. The Champagne Stakes, a Group 2 over 7 furlongs for 2-year-olds, colts and geldings only, and I think Rosallion will take an awful lot of beating here. I think he's been one of the most impressive 2-year-olds we've seen so far, and Richard Hannons tend to keep on improving run to run. They're not usually primed first time out, and this one has created a deep impression in winning both career starts so far, and Newbury and at Ascot last time out. Particularly impressive, storming clear in a truly run race. I think he's got the scope and size to develop really well as a 3-year-old next season as his stamina is drawn out over a mile and beyond, but the wide open galloping nature of Doncaster should suit him, and I think he'll take an awful lot of beating here. Decent ground ideal. Sean Levy books, I should think he'll be quite positive and use his long stride to see these off. Our betting expert value angle selection, sponsored by Bet365, runs in the Classic at 3.35, the St Leger, Group 1 over 1 mile, 6.5 furlongs for 3-year-olds, a Class 1. Absolute cracking race this. Different form lines, and I think Middle Earth, the progressive handicapper, can make the breakthrough into group company now. He's a really useful performer. He's thrived this summer as his stamina's been drawn out. I particularly like the way he won a hot York handicap last time out. I thought he tanked through the race, cantering all over them, miles ahead of his mark, and he was in front far too soon, in truth, hanging and rather idling, which kept the margin of victory down to a respectable number, and probably means you're getting a very fair price now he steps up into group company. I never think, particularly in these staying races, that the difference between the top handicaps and these listed group races is that wide, and certainly the market tends to underestimate these improvers. Sheen Murphy's been booked. He knows the horse really well, and I think he'll do these for pace late on. The remaining 4 races on ITV on Saturday go to Chester for the 205, a listed contest over 1 mile, 4.5 furlongs. I think Blue Stocking is a class apart here. Rafe Beckett has maintained a fantastic strike rate all summer. He's got a really nice team of horses. Actually, this high class filly, she's not won, which is amazing. She's run 4 blinding races in defeat. This is a big drop down in class to listed company. She's got to turn her foot. It's going to be a small field tactical affair. Rob Hornby should have her well placed, and I think she'll see these off pretty readily. 2.25 at Doncaster, the Portland, a heritage handicap over 5.5 furlongs. Really good prize money on offer. One last chance here for my cliff horse McCanna, who we followed most of the season and just keeps threatening to win one of these races without ever quite getting there. We were on last time out at York, and he ended up on the wrong part of the track, really this side, finishing strongly, but the race was over on the far side. He's in particularly good form at the moment. He's got ideal conditions here. There's loads of pace on. Doncaster will suit. I like the fact Callum Rodriguez replaces the now retired Paul Hannigan. That's a plus, and this extended 5 furlongs will definitely suit McCanna. He's tricky, he needs the cards to fall right, but he's got a brilliant make-up here and he loves fast ground. Back to Chester for the 240, a handicap over 1 mile, 2.5 furlongs, class 3 for 4-year-olds and upwards. Well, Arthur's Realm has been really frustrating and expensive to follow all season, but he's got ideal conditions here. I think he's the sort of quirky handicap who maybe gone a bit stale, and Chester might just revive him round these turns. And finally, back to Doncaster for the Park Stakes, a Group 2 at 3 o'clock, over 7 furlongs. Well, Sandrine has been a bit of a twilight zone filly for Andrew Balding. She's got a very high handicap mark, which makes her extremely hard to place in those top handicaps, but she comes here on the back of an improved effort this season at York last time out, 25-1 there. There was no fluke about it. Very strong form that, and I think this Group 2 contest over and her ideal trip offers a cracking opportunity to bounce back to winning form with Sheen Murphy taking over in the saddle. Best of luck with all 6 races on ITV on Saturday, betting experts.